It is extremely important to understand this because there are a lot of twin flames who are in the sad state mentally because they feel that, oh, I'm married, I can't break my marriage and I can't be in union with my twin flame. Well, no, you are just limiting yourself because you are holding this conditional belief system that I am in a marriage. So marriage is becoming some sort of a conditional hurdle for you. But if you start opening up your mind and start seeing many different multiple possibilities, that how you could anchor these union energies within you, irrespective of your relationship status, that's not a big deal. Trust me, that's not a big deal. So today's video, I'm going to talk about two major points which I want to share about twin flame union. Now, when it comes to twin flame union, there is so much to talk about, and I have already made a couple of videos on union. But today, I'm going to put forward two fresh new points which I haven't shared in my videos, and they are about physical union. Most of the people are so much eager to understand more about physical union, and that there is something that I have received as a guidance quite a long back. And what I'm going to share today, I have been receiving this information in bits and pieces in different ways along as I progressed in my journey. But I feel that all those who really want to understand what physical union is all about, these two points are absolutely important to understand. When I started progressing in this journey after awakening and after understanding, after validating that, yes, I am on twin flame journey and I am on some sort of a spiritual path. And that path is about working on your physical union, right? Like all of us would start working on ourselves, do inner work. Why? Because we have this innate desire and urge to be physically united with our twin flame. And that kind of becomes a carrot for us in our journey. So when I was paving my way forward in this journey, having this desire in my heart that I don't know in what way I want to be with my twin flame physically, but I want it. I don't know how I will manifest it, in what format I will manifest it. I had no idea. Initially, when I was newly awakened in this journey, there was some sort of a resistance in my heart that I'm a married person, my twin flame is also married, but I know that we are twin flames. So when it comes to twin flame physical union, how this union is going to take place, because I used to get scared that I don't want to break my marriage. He wouldn't want to break his marriage. And something would not feel right. I definitely want to be in union with him and I want to be together with him. But how is it going to be possible because of this whole conditioning of being married and things like that? So initially, my whole understanding about physical union was very conventional. I thought that we have to break marriages and we have to come together as a conventional romantic couple under one roof. And somehow I used to feel, yeah, that is kind of exciting. But at the same time, I also used to find it a bit questionable because I didn't want to do laundry and grocery with my twin flame if we are becoming a couple, right? There is something so pure, so high vibrational, so magical in our connection. So when I used to think about what we will do together, there could be many, many amazing things. But okay, for those things, we don't have to be married and we don't want to pin ourselves down in the whole template of marriage. Something used to feel a little off. And I had no clue how that union is going to unfold. So initially, I was also running from this whole idea of being in union with him because of my old conditioning. Later, when I progressed, I started understanding that no, being in a twin flame connection and having a spiritual partner does not mean that you have to break your marriages and be with your twin flame in a conventional marriage. It seems to be something beyond that. And when I say this, I'm not knocking the possibility of being married to your twin flame. Yes, there will be different people, different twin flames with different scenarios, and there will be people who will get married to their twin flame or stay in a conventional relationship. So I am definitely not knocking that out. But when I started understanding more and more about twin flame journey and why this journey is there, why I am on this journey, somewhere I started realizing that this is not merely about being in a conventional relationship with my twin flame, but it is also about breaking the mental conditioning, mental barriers of societal conditioning. So I started coming out of my ifs and buts. I started releasing my guilt and fear. I told my husband that I am on some sort of a spiritual journey. I'm paving my way forward because I want to pursue this connection, because I love this person. So initially it was a bit challenging, but as I started going forward, my idea of what twin flame union is started evolving, or it started changing. And if you ask me today, my idea of a twin flame physical union is completely different than what it used to be when initially I started on this journey. And that's why I feel that I really need to share this evolution that I have gone through when it comes to the understanding of what physical union is for me. And I think that what physical union means to you and how it looks like to you is completely personal to everyone. And that is what I want to talk about today. When I used to get confused about this particular question, that what is physical union? Is it about breaking marriages? Is it about staying under one roof as a couple? And is that like an end of a fairy tale love story? What is it all about? And I have been very strongly receiving spirit guidance since very beginning in this journey. Initially, I did not know that I am receiving some higher guidance. Slowly, as I progressed, I started realizing that, oh, whatever I'm receiving or whatever I'm feeling intuitively is something that is coming from the higher realms. I'm receiving that guidance unknowingly from my spirit guides. Later, I started consciously receiving such guidance from my spirit guides. So, in that specific phase where I was learning to consciously receive guidance from my spirit guides, I asked this question, like, what is this physical union all about? Is it really breaking the marriages because something doesn't fit right over there? And the guidance I received, I used to receive things in my thoughts or in terms of visuals. I have hardly received any guidance in terms of sound or auditory guidance, but I would receive a lot of guidance in terms of thoughts or visuals. So I received this visual from my guides along with a certain thought or information in my head. If you are given same ingredients to five different people and tell them to cook something, suppose say you're cooking a vegetable curry for your dinner, and five people receive the same ingredients, like everybody receives one onion, one tomato, one vegetable, one specific spice, whatever, and everybody is told to cook something out of those ingredients. All those five people will cook something with the same ingredients. Do you think that the taste or the kind of output they take out with all those ingredients is going to look the same? Definitely not, right? All the five dishes that are executed by those five people will completely look different, and they will also completely taste different, even when the ingredients of the dish are the same. So my guides were trying to tell me union is not something that you can templatize, because most of us have this question, how does the union look like? And we feel that union, like when twin flames come in union, for every twin flame pair, that union is going to look alike. If there are 10 twin flames in union with each other, their lives are almost going to look alike, and they will follow the same pattern. And why we feel that? Because in the constitution of marriage, we have templatized how a married couple should live, how their marriage should look like. What are the rules? What are the do's? What are the don'ts? There is a certain rule book that the society follows when it comes to the template of marriage. So, as human beings, as we are thinking everything in the templatization way, we feel that when we are going to come in union with our twin flame, every twin flame union is going to look the same. And how is it going to look? It's like a conventional romantic couple who knows that they are made for each other and they love each other so much, and that's it. That's like a amazing climax of their love story, that they are in union and then they start living happily ever after. We imagine that every twin flame, when it comes to physical union, it's going to show up like that. But what my spirit guides told me is that as these five dishes will be looking different, will be tasting different, because they were prepared by five different people. Every person will have their own energy, their own flavor, their own thought process, their own texture to that dish that they have prepared. And the same thing would happen in any twin flame union that manifests physically. Let's say there are 5 different twin flame pairs who are coming into union. How their union is going to manifest, how their union is going to look like to the outside world or even to themselves can be completely different than each other. So it's not going to be a template. We cannot templatize twin flame union. Every twin flame pair will have their own texture, their own flavor, their own ways to put some spice into their union and form and manifest that union in their own way. I can give you one very simple example to this. I don't want to name this couple because they don't label themselves as twin flames publicly. But these two are in India and they are working together. So this lady is almost my age and her twin flame is much younger than her. She was in her marriage, but she decided to get out of her marriage, not legally divorced, but she stays differently than her husband. Very much in a cordial relationship with her husband, does not stay with her husband. Her twin flame is much younger to her, and both these people have founded an organization that teaches people about spiritual awareness and spiritual awakening and dealing with the non-physical principles. I'm not going too much into detail because I don't want to reveal their identity without their permission. So if you see these people working together, obviously they are not married to each other, but they are together. They are aligned with each other physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, mentally, and they are doing something together. Their sole purpose is one, their sole agenda is one. And when you see both of them working together with each other, you cannot unnotice the amazing, powerful energy around them. You will know that there is something different with these two people. And I really feel that this is a very classic example of twin flame union because all the parameters are ticked, that they are aligned on all levels: physical, spiritual, energetic, emotional, and mental. And they're really spreading their light around. They're helping people awaken or ascend or become more aware. So it's very clear that there is this union energy very much active around them, and people can notice their energy. So if you look at this particular example that I gave, it's very evident that these two are in union, but not conventionally fitting into what people expect as a twin flame union, because it has got its own texture. It has got its own manifestation. They did not limit themselves or they did not stop themselves because they were not really getting into this conventional concept of romance and being couples with each other, but they are enjoying their connection. They are enjoying that relationship, and they are also creating and living for their purpose. And every day is a new, fresh, amazing, cheerful, magical day for them. And I feel it is so beautiful. It's so amazing to see both of them together working physically in such a great aligned state. And I really feel that it's a great example of an amazing physical union. Now, as I was telling, that this is their way of being united with each other. Would you like to be in union in that way or not? It's up to you. How every twin flame pair is going to manifest this union, in what intensity, in what flavor, in what sort of alignment, will vary person to person. So whatever they have manifested for themselves, it's not necessary that everybody is going to manifest the same thing for themselves. You could manifest something completely different than what they have manifested. But everybody's union can completely look different. And only one common thing that will be there, that however you manifest it, however it looks to you or others, there will be one common ingredient, that is both of you are aligned on all levels and you are creating that magic for yourself and for each other and for the whole world by being in that union energy with each other. And I call that as a real physical twin flame union, that your alignment is making a huge difference in the physical world outside. And you are spreading those union energies outside in the physical world. Why I feel it is extremely important to understand this, because there are a lot of twin flames who are in the sad state mentally, because they feel that, oh, I'm married, I can't break my marriage and I can't be in union with my twin flame. Well, no, you are just limiting yourself because you are holding this conditional belief system that I am in a marriage. So marriage is becoming some sort of a conditional hurdle for you. But if you start opening up your mind and start seeing many different multiple possibilities, that how you could anchor these union energies within you, irrespective of your relationship status, that's not a big deal. Trust me, that's not a big deal. If you are anchoring these union energies inside you, and if you start trusting that I can manifest my physical union in whichever way possible. Right now, I'm not able to imagine it, but I know that there are infinite, unlimited possibilities to create my own union, the texture of my own union in my own ways. And it is 100% possible to manifest it. If you start anchoring these thought processes inside you and start letting go of your limited belief systems, there is a huge possibility that you would start vibrating in that union energy, and something amazing will manifest in the physical along with your twin flame, where you don't even have any sort of a limitation or any hurdle as such. All these hurdles or limitations are coming from your conditional mind, not from the outside world. So this is the first point I had to share today. And second thing, very important, which I had received from my spirit guides, is that if you understand the Kundalini system, and if you understand the seven chakra system, we all know that the three bottom chakras, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus, these three chakras are operating from the earthly desires, your ego mind. Most of the world normally operates from the lower three chakras. So you want to earn more money, you want to invest, you want to save money, you want to become popular, you want to become famous, you have a lot of desires and you want to fulfill those desires. All these traits of a human being are coming from our three lower chakras. So even the desire of having sex, desire of having a romantic connection with somebody and living life with them, I think all these things are coming from the lower three chakras. Most of us are desiring a twin flame union operating from those three lower chakras. You hold all these desires in your heart that, oh, I wish I want this, I want that, I want to be married to my twin flame, I want to make babies with my twin flame. If you consider your twin flame to be your divine partner, you have met this divine partner, and instead of you rising yourself above your solar plexus and anchoring yourself into the heart center, you are kind of trying to pull this divine vibration of twin flame energy into your solar plexus. So you want that amazing connection to come down, rest into your solar plexus, and you want to enjoy that twin flame union with all the worldly imagination that you have about twin flame union. And that's why you are anticipating that it has to be a marriage, it has to be a conventional romance accepted by the society. Why? Because you are operating, your awareness is still operating from your solar plexus. But according to my guidance, the true twin flame union will happen when you are kind of rising yourself into your third eye. So this whole journey that you release all your expectations and whatever awareness that you're holding that is operating from your solar plexus, you are snapping out of your solar plexus chakra. You come into your heart center, you start integrating yourself, you come into your own inner union, get balanced. There is no double life. Whoever you are inside, the same person you are outside. That's when your soul purpose will unlock, your mission will unlock. And when you start moving ahead more than that, and when you're ascending to even much higher state, completely connected with your higher self, that is the time when you start vibrating in the union energies and you start attracting physical union. That I would call as a real twin flame, high vibrational physical union, where both the twin flames are vibrating completely at a different level of awareness. Most of the people right now who expect physical union are expecting something to happen when they themselves are operating from their solar plexus. If you are in union with your twin flame when you are operating from your solar plexus, I won't call it a true divine twin flame physical union. It is just a relationship with your twin flame where you are trying to, pave your way forward by looking at them as your typical romantic partner. Your awareness has not grown beyond that. Even when you are staying with them or being with them, you have all these fears: fear of rejection, fear of abandonment. What if this person leaves me again? What if he starts seeing somebody else? If you're holding all these fears in your heart while your twin flame has come back, it's just general relationship or a connection that you're having on a very third dimensional level. Don't call that as a twin flame union in any way. But when you start rising your awareness and then you come in union with your twin flame, when you're already operating above your throat chakra, that I would call as a true divine twin flame union. That is where you already would have shaded all your insecurities, third party issues, nothing. There will be nothing that will come in between, and nothing will bother you, nothing you will be afraid of. You will give each other that freedom to do whatever you want, and you will still be aligned with each other on all levels. That would be the true twin flame union, and it could manifest in any which ways. And it is so beautiful to understand this, because that's where you get this clarity. So I hope you're understanding what I'm trying to say. Probably I would also do a bit of a detailed video about what I'm sharing right now. But I thought I don't need to be too perfect. So I hope that these 2 points you are noting in your head, and it provides you some food for thought to understand where you stand when it comes to your physical union. And one more point I also want to say, that we are talking about physical union, but once you start operating above your throat chakra and you are imbibing these union energies inside you, there are chances that you won't even feel the need to have a physical union, because you are already content in your heart. You already understand that you are united with your twin flame. So physical union becomes just a cherry on the cake, but the cake needs to be existing to have that cherry on the cake.